the whole pantry. And I feel so good about that. It just gets to a certain place where you just shut the door and just hope for the best. That's kind of where I was at. So it was time. I needed to get rid of expired things and get
Crap! I was so close to doing it right. Okay.
It's Jen. I don't hear you. What's going on?
Yes, it's Jen in DC, and we need to do some intro, what the heck we're gonna react to. I did want to say a quick thank you to the Hun decoder who grabbed that clip from Nikki Whiting, and there's a little circle to zoom in on the lock on her pantry door that only she has the code to.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Hello everyone. Let me get the live chat on the screen. And it should populate in a second. Jen, can you tell the live chat who you are? And I know why you're incredible, but what you do and all the cool things that I don't think that she's gonna be able to there's so much that Jen's amazing at, and just her integrity and her ethics are just a refreshing breath of air compared to the Beachbody shit that we get to look at every day. And
the Beachbody shit that we know and love.
Yep. So Jen, tell us everything about you.
My name is Jen Baruso. I am jenb.coaching and Anchor Fit Club on Instagram. I am a former Beachbody coach. I was 1-star diamond qualifying at one point, and then I started pulling away because of all the bullshit that was going on. And when I finally left, I decided that I still wanted to help women, especially with health and fitness. So I got my certified personal trainer certificate. And that was in 2019. And that's when Anchor Fit Club was founded. I didn't officially launch the business until March of 2020. Great
wow.
year.
Starting off on a strong foot, Jen.
Right. Yep, sister just signed up. She's awesome. I love her. And it's a Anchor Fit Club. There's two options. I have a group coaching program, which has a structured, progressive year-long workout program. It's not, you don't have to join for a year. It's month to month after the first 3 months, but the program is structured for a year. And we get one-on-one calls, group calls with me, and group calls with the guest speaker. And then I just launched a mini membership, which is there's no structured workout program, but there are workout calendars. I'm in the group. You can still interact with me, and you get to join the guest speaker call I have every month. So on Monday, we just had dietitian Andy Grange. She's dietitian Andy on Instagram. She came and talked to us about intuitive eating.
Cool.
Will it work for me? And next month we have my friend Neens, who is getting her master's in psychology. And she is basically a mindset coach. And she's going to come in and talk to us on how not to be assholes to ourselves.
Oh, that's amazing. And something that you tell us that you always do that is so incredible is you bring in experts to learn from instead of, and I guess I've been burned from listening to Ashley Molstad, I don't know, plagiarize the shit out of stuff she hears and then misinterpret it and misshare it. And so I love that you bring these highly qualified guests to talk to your members, which is way cool. That's super cool.
I like to bring in, thank you, Jessica. I like to bring in dietitians often because I am a certified nutrition coach, but I am not a dietitian.
Yeah.
So I like to bring in the people, with that have gone to school for that and actually have the education for it. Well, traumatized by Ashley. Yeah. You will
Oh,
never find someone like Ashley Molstead coming in and talking to my groups.
we love that for you. We love that for Anchor Fit Club.
Yeah,
So,
and right now I'm gonna plug the mini membership is $9.99
oh
through
snap.
December 31st. On January 1st, it goes up to $24.99.
Oh, so that's a great deal. That's an incredible deal.
And you pay $9.99 as long as you don't cancel. If you cancel, you come in. If you come back, it comes out the other way. So if you get in now, you stay in forever. It's $9.99.
Hell yeah.
It
Y'all,
will
that's a
never go up
deal.
if you come in this month. So
That is a deal.
I'm,
And this
I'm
month
pretty good
is
at.
December 2022. So if you're catching this on the replay and maybe you're catching this on December 31st, 2022, you got to contact Jen so you can get in.
I'm gonna get you the link so you can put it in the description.
Oh, sweet. Sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, and real quick, where can people find you on the internet to connect with you?
JenB.coaching on Instagram or Anchor Fit Club on Instagram.
Sweet.
Either one.
Cool.
Best
That's
place
amazing.
best place to find me. Website is coming next year.
Oh, hell yeah. We love that for you. Okay, so I'm in this I'm in this Beachbody group on Facebook called the Slay Squad. And there's just top coach after top coach on this little there's like 20 of them on the little cover photo, and they just dropped this new training in Thinkific, which is just a center justified text Times New Roman with a link to an unlisted YouTube video. And you know how salty I can be about stuff like that. Thinkific one is a little expensive and you can do a ton of really cool stuff in it. And they literally just like copied and pasted text with a link to an unlisted video. So I took it upon myself to download said video, and come to find out it's Nikki Whiting teaching everybody how to be a good coach. And she's the one from the beginning video who apparently locks her pantry. Now, I thought to myself, is initially I'm thinking that seems like it is a recipe for disaster for being able to have a healthy relationship with food. I went on the internet trying to see, like, well, what's the general vibe of what people think about that. I was very shocked to find that there's lots of um, Reddit, just general like discussion groups talking about the positives of locking up your food. And I said, "Oh hell no, I need to talk to Jen about this." So,
No.
do you know, like, I mean, I can't really articulate why I think it's bad other than like when I would deprive myself of stuff, it's like you get desperate to have it and then you don't know how to behave around it or how to consume it in a moderate or even just an enjoying kind of way, because it's like, oh my gosh, I have to eat when no one's looking, or oh my gosh, I'm never going to get this again. I'm never going to get it at home. I'm never going to whatever it is. And it's like you
She
just eat as
is
much as you can.
setting her children up for binging and restricting. She is setting them up for not being able to trust themselves around food because she is telling them by locking up the food that she doesn't trust them.
Mm,
So there's going to be trust issues there. They will hide food. They'll hide it. That's one of the things that happens. Or like you said, if they go to a friend's house, they're going to eat everything they're not allowed to eat at home.
yep. Yep.
It's a recipe for food relationship disaster.
Yeah.
One person I like to send people to follow on Instagram is Nicole Cruz. I'm
Okay.
actually going to try and get her to come and talk to us
Cool.
too. She is a dietitian and she mostly works with parents
Oh wow. That's amazing.
and on how to help your children create a positive relationship with food. And it's just Nicole Cruz RD, CRUZRD, Nicole Cruz.
Wow.
I don't put I'm like, I would type it in the chat, but if I have a chat up, I get too distracted.
Sure. I
So,
get that. Let me put it here. I think I can put a little ticker up on at Nicole Cruz
yeah,
RD.
RD.
Okay.
And she posts, and the content she posts about children and their relationship with food You can read that and be like, that applies to adults too.
Is that
Yep,
right?
that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just leave it up on the screen for a little bit and I'll take it down later.
Yeah. So
Let me
she posts content that is for parents and talking about children. But if you read through some of her stuff, we can apply it to ourselves too. I love her, and she's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I love her.
That is incredible. Okay, so I have this. I did speed her up to 150% because she was talking a little slow. So instead of it being 50 minutes, it's like 30 minutes. So hopefully, but if it's too fast, I can just go grab the original file. It's not a big deal. Now, I also want to say, while Nikki Whiting can take responsibility for her own behavior, I would say that she is a representation of behavior that is rampant inside of Beachbody. The mindset around controlling food, controlling behavior, um, kind of categorizing food into good or bad. And so I don't want this to be a pitchforks and tar for Nikki Whiting. It's not that, but it's a balance of it represents the problem that is going on in Beachbody. And as someone who has incredible influence, she is influencing other coaches and other parents and other people. Now, so this is the new coach training that they just dropped in the group. So a couple days ago they dropped this.
So before you start, just a little bit more background on her.
Yep.
I had no idea who she was till the beginning of the year.
Ooh.
When I had people send, I think there were like 10 people sent me her stories of her driving in her car and talking about how she was going to put her daughter on 21 Day Fix
No.
and Portion Fix. And her daughter, I think her daughter's like 10 or 11, maybe 12.
No.
So that's how I found Nikki Whiting. And,
Oh my God.
I think a bunch of us emailed compliance about it. It's like, this is not appropriate for her to be doing with her child. The workout's fine, but you don't restrict kids. Their bodies are supposed to change and grow.
Yeah.
It happens. It's normal. And that's like, this is just dangerous. So she got in trouble for it. Like her compliance reached out to her and then she went into her stories and bitched about everybody, who said anything. And she still did it, but she didn't post about it a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if her daughter ended up finishing it or she did it, but that's a little bit extra background on her, which that behavior is not just her within Beachbody. A lot of the Beachbody coaches do it with their kids.
Yep. And we see that a little bit too with Autumn in how she talks about her son and how she talks about his body.
Yep.
And again, I don't want to put kids on like the bad behavior that parents have towards their kids. Like, it's a balance too, because if the kids ever find these videos, I don't want them to have like
and her daughter's
more
beautiful
things to work through. Yep.
And she's active and it's like she's doing what a child her age should do.
Yeah.
Putting any kid on a restricted diet, even the American Pediatric Association, I think it was last year or the year before, started changing their messaging from putting kids on diets to focusing more on health behaviors. It's like adding in more fruits and vegetables, getting more movement in, getting your sleep in, focusing on that and not necessarily teaching them habits and behaviors, not focusing on the food. So even the medical world with the children now kind of is starting to shift.
Good. It's amazing. I hope it shifts in Beachbody too. I hope that I don't know. I hope that these kind of videos, if Beachbody people end up finding them and can sit through them and don't get mad, that it opens up their eyes to like, hey, maybe there's something that I'm doing where if I'm not advocating for my kid in a positive way, I can now, or at least I know where to start looking in trusted sources, because locking food up is not, in my opinion, not healthy, and it doesn't. And like Jen said, it doesn't help them learn how to have a healthy relationship with food either. So, ugh.
So Sherry, I used to skip meals too.
Yep.
And if I ate lunch in high school, it was a dry turkey sandwich with just mustard on whole grain bread.
Yep.
Like that's what I would have for lunch. Yeah. And the other day, Autumn was opening up her Thrive box and she's like, oh, these truffles, I got to hide them from Dom. And he's standing right there. And I'm just
I
like,
know. And then she's going through and she's looking at each thing and Dom's there and you hear his voice in the background. Oh, can we eat these? And my heart just broke for him because it's the holidays right now. He probably eats healthier than he probably eats extremely healthy with Autumn
yeah.
or whatever, and it's like it's a peppermint candy cane. What, like, why can't he have one? Like, it's, and why would Thrive send all these treats to Autumn when they know she won't eat them?
Yep. Shadow, she's not married. Her ex is actually her assistant. So he's still around. I bought, when I went to the store, Pepperidge Farm cookies were on sale. So I bought a bunch of them and the kids kept asking, like, can we have them yet? Can we have them yet? And I kept saying no. And it's because I actually wanted them first.
Yep.
So it's like, once I have mine, you can go for it. Like I got my 2 of each and I'm like, okay, I'm good. And they're, like, can we have them? Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Because if I don't say no at that point, like if it's something I want, it'll be gone before I get to try it. It's like that's the only really rule I have. It's like, can I have one first?
Yep.
That's why I'm saying no.
Hey,
or if I just keep asking, I'm just like, no. Yeah.
When my 2 brothers were teenagers, there was no food in the house. Oh, not because like they were so hungry. They ate everything in sight just because they were growing and they were playing a ton of sports. And so my mom was literally going to the grocery store way more. And it's like, man, y'all can eat a lot. So
yeah, I remember my mom would go to the grocery store and get like 6 boxes of cereal. And the day she brought them home, 3 would be gone because my brother ate them all.
Yeah.
We'd like some food, please.
Oh, dibs for part of it. Dibs for my serving. Yeah. So, okay, here's the video. Let's see. Oh, let me put her up like this.
Get started in like 1 minute.
Well, not me. There we go.
Oh,
she's you guys able to see me on the Zoom live stream?
Can y'all hear her? Can you hear her? Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, great. Thank you guys for the heads up on that. I just want to make sure I have all of my everything in a row because I don't see myself on the screen, but that is fine.
I will say we say that too. My husband's always like, stop giving them the good stuff.
Yeah. We definitely did
teach them to like that now.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I have slides tonight, so I am going to get started with slides here shortly, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can, well, mostly for me to stay on topic, but also so that you guys can have those pieces of information moving forward to be able to share with your teams. I can put the whole slideshow into the Slay Squad group after I'm finished here. It's just uploaded on Canva, so I'll do that for you guys so that you have that for everyone. But it's been a minute since I've been on here, and so I wanted to say hi. For those of you who do not know who I am, I'm Nikki Whiting, and I've been a coach for like 9.5 years. Crazy when I say that out loud. And I'm really excited about this kind of series that we have going on where we're really going to dive into the basics for you if you are a new coach. But even more so for your teams if you guys have been around for a while and you just want a place with fresh content for new coaches for them to start and not feel overwhelmed.
That's her Instagram.
I'm just kind of that starting point with all of these specific topics for new coaches. So that is
my understanding, and I think Jen shares the same perspective, is that knowing who she is as a public figure, please use your best manners and don't go harass anyone.
Don't engage with her. She's not worth it.
Yep. And if I find out, and I'm like, not as a threat, but like if you already understand the rules and you're getting information from my chat and we know you're going and like harassing people and doing all the stuff, like that's a no-go for me personally. That's a boundary for me. So please don't do it.
Is kind of what this is all about. My topic specifically tonight is like, okay, I'm a new coach, now what kind of thing. And first of all, if you're a brand new coach and you're on this call, I just want to congratulate you for making your business a priority already. It's a huge step in the right direction. And we are super proud of you for doing that. But also just
to know that you don't have to know everything to dive in. You're not going to know everything right away when you dive in. I think in the beginning when I first started, and I'll kind of pull personal experiences as I go through these slides in a second. But for me, when I first started, I was like, well, I need to know everything. I need to know all the answers to all the questions that everyone's going to ask me before I can start this business. And the reality check is I'm 9.5 years in and I'm still Googling and I'm still FAQing and I'm still asking my team for help and assistance and trying to find answers to things because I am not Google, and I don't have every answer. My brain cannot retain everything. And the business is forever changing. So that is something that, you just kind of learn to roll with it. And like they say, you jump and you kind of figure it out on the way down and you learn to fly. So that is what we are here for. So tonight I'm going to dive into like, okay, you're a new coach. What are some of the first steps you should be taking in the first 30 days? What is Success Club? I'm going to kind of dive into that along with /Success Starter and understanding your online office and all of that juicy fun stuff that we should be knowing as coaches. So if you are unfamiliar with some of that stuff yet, or these are things that you have trouble explaining to your team, then hopefully this little segment is going to be useful for you guys. Also, if you noticed, I'm in my closet hiding from my family. So that is the background for today. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put this in presentation mode, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So hang tight with me for just 1 second. And, well, I was going to share it with you guys. Shoot. Oh. All right, hang on, be patient with me. It's not letting me share it for some reason. I just checked this before we hopped on here. Oh boy. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the slides on here right now.
Oh, God.
Let me try one more thing. If not, I'm just going to go with it and I will post it for you guys afterwards. Shoot. This is what happens when you're live.
Is she using Zoom?
Yeah. I zoomed in because I didn't want to get booted out of the Facebook group. I did say it at the beginning of this call, but I'm trying to like stay in as long as possible. So.
Okay. Well, I am not showing that I'm able to share my screen for some reason. I don't know if that's a setting or what, but anyways, we're going to roll with it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go through all this anyways, because this is stuff that we need to know and I can share these afterwards. So let's go ahead and do that. So your very first steps as a coach. Okay. You guys, I want you to get very, very familiar with being like logging into your online office, going into Facebook groups, checking in on your business. Okay. I reminded you at the beginning, you are never going to know it all. Okay. We are never going to know it all. So we have to stop waiting until
Okay, but there are some things that you need to know, like compliance rules and FTC and, not making health claims and not making income claims and not taking advantage of people. You need to know those. You should have known them 9 years ago, or maybe even 8 years ago, or any of the other years between then and now. We should know this already. To say like, oh, you can fly by the seat of your pants, not when people's health is involved. I don't think so. So I don't know.
We have all the answers to start, because then you're just never going to start. And so we want you to get familiar with the new coach pages that you've hopefully been added to. We want your teams to be added into those things so that they can get familiar. They have the tools and the resources and everything that they need to move forward. You want to know where your trainings are located. If your team has these team calls, when do I get that information? When does the team call start? Do I get recordings? All of that stuff needs to be handed down to your team so they're familiar and they can get in a routine and they can get consistent in their business, because one of the next things I'm going to talk about is consistency in their business. So getting in there, knowing where your training is located, how do you get on the national wake-up call? How do I get on all of these trainings, and getting familiar with how to navigate through your online office, which I'll talk about in a little bit. The other thing I want you to remember is you have got to do the vitals from the jump. It has to be the first thing that you do. I want you guys to be very familiar with the 4 vital behaviors. So those are being a product of the product, right? We have to, if we're going to sell something, I say this all the time, like if someone's like, you should totally buy that makeup. And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? You love that makeup too? No, I don't actually use it, but you should buy it. That for me is like, absolutely not. I need to know that you love this and therefore you have influenced me to buy it because it looks good and you like it as well, right? So it's the same thing with this. We have to be a product of the product. We have got to be trying new products. The mint chocolate chip bars, they launched today, you guys. They are absolutely incredible. They are so, so, so good. You need to try them. Get on the product launches. Be a part of that. Dive in, share that stuff. Let people know where to purchase it. Being a product of the product is such an important part of this business. Getting results is what is going to encourage people and say, okay, I can get results from home too.
Before and after pictures.
Yep, before and after pictures. We're still doing that. We're still doing that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And I know they are still doing that, but it's like, okay, if some people were excited about Beachbody being body positive now, they maybe were only doing lip service to that, because then in the secret behind you know, in the private Facebook groups, they're like, if you're not showing results, you're not going to get a lot of customers, and you need to show results so you can get a lot of customers and or a lot of coaches or all this other stuff.
I don't share any before and after transformation pictures.
Oh, how refreshing. How
I don't even
refreshing
ask
for us.
anybody to take them.
Oh my
If
God.
they want to do it themselves, go ahead. I don't want to see them.
Yep. That's amazing. It's just way different than Beachbody.
Yep.
Because a lot of times, and we see that with Autumn Calabrese too, she definitely judges your health based on your size.
Yep.
And she can't bring herself to say that there can be health at every size. So she's just
I can get a transformation. I can change my health from the inside out. I can upgrade my confidence level. All of these things, they're watching you because you're a product of the products. The other thing is personal development, right?
Oh,
Personal
God.
development is something I thought I never needed. And then I realized I 100% did need it. And it was something that actually.
Jen, you have to make your clients do personal development in your program?
Nope.
Oh, what?
I give them book recommendations based on things they want to learn and work on, but
Oh
that's
my
not
God.
mandatory.
How refreshing. How
Here's some
refreshing.
suggestions. Here's some accounts to follow. If you want me to read the book along with you, I will, so we could talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm doing that with someone now.
Cool.
Actually motivated me to have things to share with my team, with people who were new and being on. If you guys are on, can you
Lucy White,
mute
mute
yourselves,
yourself.
please? Thank you.
And the thing is, it boggles my mind because this Zoom call is for so many people. She has the price range to have all of these automated options in the like.
That's what I have. Everybody's
Yes.
muted and everybody's video is off when they come in.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love to see that. I love to hear that. And it's just like, is that available to everyone? Yes. If you're paying for like
If you're
this
paying for it.
longer, if you're paying for it, and she is, because you have to pay to have a certain number. The amount of people she has on these Zooms, she has to be paying for it. She has to have that option. So it's fine.
And for me, I thought, okay, I don't
Stacey!
need that. It's just another thing I have to do. But in realization, I was filling up all the other cups and my cup was completely empty. And I needed that piece for me so that I had things that I was working on personally, so that I was strengthening my weaknesses. And I honestly had things to share. I was motivated and I could come back to the team and I would go live and I would share all these things that, you know, were a big deal for me that I was learning. And I was able to have things to share with my followers that were encouraging and motivating that maybe they were going through as well. So personal development is important, even if you don't feel like it might be in the beginning. I get it. The other thing is recognition. And recognition is a behavior that was added more recently.
Wow.
And it really comes into play when you start to build a team and you start to have challengers who have transformations. You can start to recognize them in their areas of growth, in whether it's on the customer end or on the coach end. So both of those things. And then the other is the biggest, and it was the hardest one for me. And I will say still to this day, it's probably the hardest for me, is being sharing and inviting to this opportunity. That was really hard for me. I could push play on a workout all day. I could eat well. I was getting results. I was like doing all the things and I was working my business behind the scenes, but inviting was like, I don't know if you've heard of Eat That Frog, the book, but it was like the frog that I needed to tackle. It was the thing that I
It's
put
actually
off
a really
the
good
longest,
business
but
book.
it was the biggest
It
pendulum.
Yeah.
So, here's a question I have for you. With books like that seem to be twisted sometimes by people in MLM to like overcome, I don't know, their common sense to keep them in. So how do you differentiate between like an actual good business book and like a shitty self-development book that's gonna keep you in a negative cycle?
Anything by John Maxwell, throw it away.
Oh.
Rich Dad Poor Dad, throw it away. But Eat That, I actually, like, I first heard about it in Beachbody and I kind of was like, whatever. And then I started working with in a mentorship group, and one of the books that the person that was writing it was like, Eat That Frog. And it's like, okay. And it came up again with another business coach that I had. And we're like, okay, I'm going to read it. And it's just like, okay, you need to start doing this shit.
Yeah.
So, and I think you can take what's in the book and how you value what you're learning and how you pass that value along to your people. And if that value matches your actions, it matters. And Beachbody's coaches' values, when they're trying to sell you, are disconnected from, it's just, there's a big disconnect.
Yeah.
Swinging thing to move my business forward. So I had to stop doing little activities that were not moving my business forward, and I had to start actually doing like business building activities. And those are usually the things that aren't super fun to do, right? Those are the things that we don't absolutely love all the time. So those are very, very important. And then last but not least, on these first steps, guys, if you could please mute yourselves. I'm a little bit distracted by the
you can do it.
You can do it. Thank you. And then don't wait for someone to handhold. You guys, you are the boss of your business. You have to show up.
She just said don't wait for someone to handhold, yet she's asking someone else to mute themselves when she can mute them on her end because she's the admin of the Zoom call. Okay. All right. Okay.
Find the answers. If you don't know the answer, go looking for it. If your upline has not done something for you, if you feel like this is something that's left in your business, go create it. Go do that. Do that thing.
Can you imagine? This isn't Thinkific. This is the first video that you are supposed to watch for the Slay Squad, whatever it's called in Facebook. There's thousands of people in that group, and this is their new training. And they didn't even just record. I mean, no people on the Zoom, so there's none of this like back and forth. It just seems unprofessional to me.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
all.
actually, funny you say that. I'm working on recording videos that go in a certain spot where it's just me presenting all of the stuff and showing people where to go. Like short 10-minute videos.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
And
Jen.
then we do have Zoom calls and you get recordings to those, but the calls where I'm going over the intro stuff, it's just me. There's no reason to do it on a Zoom call.
Yeah. You are correct. You are correct.
It's what Beachbody taught me what not to do.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, take the whatever positive you can get at this point. So it's good. Yeah. It's good. Oh my gosh.
Because that's what we need most. We need people who are going to take control of their businesses and be their own boss. All right. Thank you guys for that. I see a few of you are trying to get the ones that are not muted. Okay. So the first 30 days, what do I do? I signed up. What do I do? Okay. This is what I want you guys to do. 2 things. First and foremost, get consistent in your business. That sounds silly and it sounds very redundant, and you're going to hear a million people talk about it, and you're going to hear a lot of successful coaches say it. And so therefore, when I signed up and people were saying get consistent in your business, I listened to the ones that were successful, because if they're telling me I need to consistently show up, then I need to do that for my business. There's no business building when you aren't consistently showing up. You got to show up. You got to get on your social platforms. You have to tell the world what you're doing, and it is okay to be nervous.
Jen, tell us how you really feel.
What? Like, be consistent, because okay, you can say that till you're blue in the face, but what do you mean? How do you want them to be consistent? How do you want them to show up? How do they know whether or not they're being consistent?
Yeah.
Is there flexibility in what they're doing to get consistency? Because you have to, I like to tell people, in order to be consistent, you also have to be flexible. And you think about the rubber pencils that you can bend and move. It's consistently a pencil, but it changes shape.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how? Tell me how. Don't just say be consistent. How?
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah, show up, don't
in those
quit.
Moments. It's okay to be nervous, to show up daily, to do those things, to put yourself out there,
to show up,
feel vulnerable. It's okay.
She's talking about how to like not even how to, but be in this emotionally manipulative state of like twisting other, in my opinion, twisting other people. And it's like, okay, but how are you finding cold leads? How are you warming up those leads? How are you then turning those warm leads into sales? Yeah. Like how do we do all this? They don't know. And again, in my opinion, the very top people in Beachbody are attractive. They're maybe a certain majority skin color, maybe a certain physique, maybe charismatic. They've got a lot of energy, and the people who are popular or have charisma sometimes do not know how to teach that to other people because they don't know why other people want to be around them. And so they're like, "Oh, just keep doing it. Just show up." Well, some people need to know, "Hey, you don't need to say so at the very beginning of every single story. You don't need to tell people you're just hopping on real quick. You look at the camera like you're talking to a friend. Talk to one person at a time.
Yeah.
Don't talk to a bunch of people." So like they're not even breaking it down because they don't even comprehend. And I'm not saying this in a belittling way, but they don't understand like what's so hard about being who they are, because what they are has gotten them to this really top pyramid performance level in Beachbody.
And a lot of what's gotten them, some of the top people there are viral posts.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
The
And they
number
don't
one
know
coach,
how to
number one coach this year, viral post.
Yeah. And they don't know how to duplicate that. They don't know they don't
'Cause
quite
can't.
understand. Yep.
They can't.
Yep.
Okay to be nervous, but you have to do it anyway, and you have to ask them to join you along the way. Whether you are very like nonchalant sharing in your stories while you're working out and saying, you know, you can join alongside me, or you're doing a static post or a reel to your feed and you're saying, you know, you're inviting people to the opportunity. Those things all work. But what also works well is getting in and having conversations with people in messages, sitting down, having conversations with people that you're connecting with on a genuine personal level and inviting them to do this with you. That is a big, big part of growth in your first 30 days. I know it is.
No. No. So I recently started working for an online fitness education company in marketing. One of my tasks is to actually DM people on Instagram and make connections. And I got into it with my boss. I said, I'm not sending a link in the first message.
Thank God.
I won't do it.
Good.
It's, hey, thank you for supporting our page. Are you a current member?
Yeah.
And then you start the conversation. I sent out 25 messages last night and I've gotten 20 responses back without a link sent.
Love it.
And he was like, holy shit. I'm like, you're welcome.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I may not know the Google Analytics stuff yet, but I know about messaging people.
Yeah. And you know what not to do too. And you know how to
Yeah.
like not be slimy and needy. And I'm not saying there's something bad with being needy, but in a sales position where you're looking to take or to gain personal profit from a interaction or relationships, sometimes those come across as like desperate or
Yeah.
sales breath.
You will
and stuff
never
like that.
find me messaging people on Instagram just because they watch my story.
Love it.
I'll Instagram someone who responds to something in my story or comment or sends me a message or who's, you know, it's like put up a story box who likes my stories a lot. I'll say, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
But it's not, hey, thanks, want to join?
Yep. Yep. And even still, the Beachbody, the MLM people twist participation in polls because they ask a dumb question. We've heard Ashley Molstad say this. We've heard other large creators in MLM say this, that they're looking for someone to participate in the link so they can warm them up for talking to them about the product.
Thinkific and Google Analytics are trigger words.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's hard to do. You feel like a newbie. You feel like you don't know everything. But I promise you, a little bit at a time, and it gets easier and easier. The more you do the hard things, the easier those hard things get. Secondly is getting clear on your goals.
Yes and no.
So we want to make sure that you are setting your goals. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Next slide. We're going to talk about some of that. What will the next 30 days look like for you guys? I signed up in like May of 2013. And I was like, okay, what's my business going to be like in June? What's that going to look like in 30 days? So what is it going to look like in 30 days? A month from now, end of year, what's it going to look like? New Year's, what are we celebrating?
If you're not eating,
as far as what's going to happen by next summit? Where are we going to be by next summit? Talk through your goals out loud to yourself.
I need you to shut up. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
That's fine, but I need you to
I
show it.
need you guys to mute yourselves if you can, please. Thank you so much.
mute. Oh
Um,
my god.
and
You
so
can
what
mute
is it gonna
her.
look like end of year? What's it gonna be like next summit? Talk through them, say them out loud.
You can also mass mute. You can also choose the mass
Yep.
mute option on the
Yep.
back end. Oh my
Prediction:
gosh.
your goal needs to be going diamond in your first month.
Yep.
Tell someone. Give yourself the next layer of accountability. Tell someone what that's going to be. Write it
It
down.
is,
Put it as your
Jessica.
wallpaper on your computer or wherever you're working daily. Post-it notes, whatever. And message your upline and say, this is what I want from my business. And also ask them, what do you think I'm capable of? Because I'll tell you what, I honestly, as a new coach, didn't even know what elite was. I didn't know what it meant to be a premier coach. I didn't know what it meant to be an elite coach.
If they ask their upline what they think they're capable of, they're going to say, you're capable of 5-star diamond.
Yeah. You can do whatever you set your mind to. It's,
You
know,
can get to number 1 in the company. It's like
Yep.
they're not going to tell you, oh, sorry, you're going to be an emerald for 5 years.
yeah. No
And
one's
that's
ever going to
because you
say
have your
that.
husband and your mom signed up. So you're really working 3 accounts.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, everyone in the chat, if you think I'm being harsh on this video, I have very, like, low tolerance. I understand that not everyone knows how to do stuff. I think it's sloppy to have thousands of people in your organization to not hire someone if you don't know how to do this, to cut out all of the interruptions and put something pleasant to listen to that doesn't give anyone any audio speed bumps or visual speed bumps to get in the way of what they're trying to learn. This is not it. It's just, it makes me crazy. And Jessica knows that. And I think Jen knows that a little bit too, but it makes me crazy. It makes me frustrated for the people who are listening to this shit for free.
I will just tell you, after doing all these calls with you, anytime I am running a call, I make sure everybody is muted.
Thank you.
And I hit present.
Thank God. Thank you, Jen. The one person I've helped. I appreciate that.
And Jessica says, yes, you can do basic editing in Canva for free. And I make my presentations on Canva.
Yeah. Yep. And there's lots of programs that are free or they're very cheap, like $19.99. So there's lots of, and Canva's amazing. If you don't know how to, if you like don't have the resources to hire someone out, Canva's incredible. And if you're just learning how to do graphic stuff, you can do videos in it too. So, oh my gosh, I don't want to press play.
My coach gave me that belief. She saw that in me and said, I want to see you on stage with me celebrating those big goals. And so
what coach has ever said, oh, I don't see anything in you? What coach has ever said that?
None.
No coach. None.
Oh
my God. Every coach is going to say, I think you can get to 15-star diamond.
You're going
Every
to walk
coach is
on
gonna
that
say
stage
that.
next summit, and it's in 2 months.
Yeah, just picture yourself on stage. Picture how it's going to be accepting flowers from Carl Deichler in his blue shirt and white undershirt. And, how's that going to feel being, number 10 in the company or whatever it is? Like, no, I don't know. Be realistic. Damn. I'm so bad.
that was when we had the conversation and I really mapped out, how is that going to happen for me? That sounds great. Those goals look great. How am I going to make that happen? What type of reverse engineering do I need to do in order for that to happen? All right, so let's dive a little bit into Success Club, okay? So one of the things that I was asked to speak on tonight was to get you familiar with Success Club. And that sounds very simple to those who've been around for a while, but it is not simple when you're first signed up and you're like, okay, how do I hit? What things do I need to have?
Also, just as a point, another issue, she couldn't get her presentation to work. Not everyone is an auditory learner. There's some people that need to see things. There's some people that need to be able to do things to be able to learn the best. And to assume, oh, I'm this big coach, so they're going to be able to retain everything that I am talking about. It's very egotistical. It's very, like, in my opinion.
Yeah, and sending out the slides later without an audio attached to them.
Not helpful.
Not helpful.
At all. Oh my God.
Have that allow me to hit Success Club. So to simplify it, you need to have a personal order of your own of 90 personal volume on subscription. So on Home Direct. Okay. So your Shakeology comes monthly on Home Direct, your Performance Stack, like whatever it is that equals 90 PV, HD or more. Okay. PD
Or
from Total
more.
Solution Packs, like all that kind of stuff. The other thing is earning at least 5 Success Club points to qualify for Success Club 5, and you have to earn 10 Success Club points, obviously, to qualify for Success Club 10. Now, in order to earn those points, you can earn 2 Success Club points for a new subscription order, or say a total solution pack that's worth at least 90 PV, and you get 1 Success Club point for multiple.
A baby coach is going to be watching this going, holy shit, I don't understand what she's saying. I don't get this. I don't understand. Well, and again, yeah, she's talking fast because I sped her up. But even if she's talking slower, they're not going to be able to retain the information. Marketing is like a very multifaceted, it's a broad category, but when you're in it, like especially in the production side, or how do people learn? How can we figure out how to present this information in the best way to help the person on the other side of the screen learn the best?
Yep.
So like with workout programs, if you're doing it remotely, it's probably seeing a lot of videos from multiple angles. You may even have some diagrams. You may even have some specific written words that go along with those videos. There may be even additional calls with your coach so they can watch you. Because, okay, let's see,
send me videos of you performing the exercise, and we'll get on a call and be like, do this next.
Yeah.
And we'll video it, and I'll send it back to you and be like, see the difference?
Yep. Because there's something where you can see it and you think your body's doing it. You try your best for the form, you record yourself, and maybe you see how you're doing it and how Jen's doing it, and you still don't, the body, like your muscle, maybe if you're first learning out, you don't know how to get to the right form yet because you're new. So then Jen comes and she can walk you through that. So there's a lot, like, again, it just, like, this type of presentation comes across that she thinks that people should understand and learn from her because of who she is in Beachbody, and that is just frustrating. It's just frustrating.
Multiple subscription orders that total 90 PV. So those things are important to understand as well. The FAQ also states that 2 Success Club points for a new subscription worth 90 PV is also something that you can work towards your PS coaches and your preferred customer orders. Those will also earn you those 2 Success Club points. Now, the other thing though is that you can only earn a maximum of 2 points from people every 6 months. So you cannot have one customer who signs up and they're like, I'm buying 5 challenge packs, and you hit Success Club 10. That would be great, right? But these have to come from new orders. So we want to make sure that these are new orders that we see, or the customer or coach or whatever it is hasn't ordered in the 6-month time frame. Okay, what can I earn? Why do I want to hit Success Club, right? Cool, Success Club 10. What does that mean? Like, I just remember being like, but why do I need to hit Success Club? And I needed to understand why, and I needed to know how it was going to be recognized in order for me to find it important. I am an Enneagram 3, so I do a little bit of competition with myself. And so I have hit Success Club for 112 months because my coach said, this is important. This is going to grow your income. This is going to be recognized. You can earn what I'm getting ready to talk about. And I said, done. And I've hit it every single month since. I made it a priority.
People who can, okay, she probably has a natural skill set already. She already has a lot of things that are helping her reach out to people. She's attractive. She has an aesthetic Instagram. I don't know, all the other things. And people probably naturally in the like parasocial relationships are probably excited that she is reaching out to them. They probably feel special on some level. If you don't look like her, or if you're not in shape, or if you don't fit the Beachbody mold, if you don't have like that charisma, like energetic, whatever, where are you at? How do you learn how to be comfortable and talk to people and inviting and welcoming and not harass the heck out of people? How do you do that? Because her saying something is going to hit someone a different way than me sending a freaking cold message, for darn sure. For darn sure. So, and then she's going to say, oh, well, you just didn't decide to do it the right way. Okay. So what am I supposed to do? Well, I mean, just keep trying. I mean, I decided to do it and I did it. So you need to decide to do it. Fix your brain.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
You're telling yourself a story. It's the wrong story.
Yeah. Can you imagine if a teacher who, like, let's say a kid was learning how to write the alphabet or working on their penmanship, and that's an actual skill to be able to write legible letters for printing, understanding the capitals and the lowercase, and maybe even, I know cursive's not really a thing anymore, but let's say cursive as well.
Still is.
Can you imagine a teacher saying, I have had good handwriting since I came out of the womb. I decided I was going to have good handwriting, and you class, you just need to decide. Oh, I don't understand how to make the letter B. Figure it out.
Yep.
Fix your brain. Here's a self-help book. Read it by tomorrow. You know, like, no,
Just
it's
show up.
skill. Here, let's practice this curved shape. Let's practice these straight lines. Let's practice doing the top curve shape by itself. Let's practice the bottom curve. Let's practice, you know, and over again. It's a whatever. I'm irritated already. We're not even halfway through this video.
I made it a non-negotiable. It is something that I will continue to do because I know that that has played a big part in my growth with my income. So what can I earn? Hitting Success Club consistently is going to earn you a little bit of rewards. So I listed these on the slide and I'll share those with you when I can. But the first is you're going to get bonuses on total solution packs versus our regular 25% commission. So you're going to get a larger commission on something like a total solution pack than you will on an individual purchase. That gives us that 25% commission. Are they both great? Absolutely. Both income earners? Absolutely. But by selling total solution packs, you are going to earn more on that versus a single item. The other is working to get your products paid for. We were literally paycheck to paycheck when I signed up. I told my coach, I cannot afford the $39 sign-up fee. I can definitely not afford Shakeology. I want to get in here and I want to earn money so that I can earn my product and pay for my product. That was a big goal. And that was my reality. And that's a lot of people's reality when they are starting a side hustle. Most people aren't starting a side hustle because they don't need extra income. They're starting a side hustle because that income would be life-changing for them. So I wanted to get my products paid for. If I sell, or if I hit Success Club 6 or more, anything after that is not only my product paid for, but now I'm getting extra.
What? Can I just have a question, Jen?
Okay.
Let's say you join Beachbody and you're relatively new at working out in general. So let's say for some reason the person you signed up with talks you into being a coach in the first month. You're still learning how to you haven't even probably finished your first Beachbody workout. So we're not talking about let's learn about good form. Let's learn about getting enough sleep. Let's learn about hydrating. Let's learn about eating enough food because if you're going to be in a position to help other people, you need to learn somewhat how to do stuff too. And she's just talking about Success Club, Shakeology, 90 PV, making sure that you're recruiting people. What? So is Beachbody about helping people or is it about recruiting a bunch of people so that Beachbody's bottom line?
Money.
Yeah.
It's all about money. I remember it's like I was always told you need to sell 3 challenge packs each month so you can pay for your Shakeology. And the only reason why my husband stayed this quiet as long as he did was because I was making enough to cover my Shakeology for the most part. He's like, you're basically breaking even.
Wow.
For 4 years.
Wow.
In the end, I ended up losing $200.
Holy crap.
That was my net profit, negative $200. Hey, Amy.
Amy, hi. And I find it suspicious. Now she could be hiding in her closet that's bigger than my house, which okay, maybe she is, but
It's like as big as the office that I'm in right now. I wish this
I'm in a
was
closet. I'm in a closet
Awesome.
with a green screen by me. So I'm in a closet right now, like a very small, like bifold closet deal. So
Yeah, and like Amy had her husband signed up, so in order to pay for her and her husband, she had to sell 6.
wow.
And having people on auto ship for Shakeology helped with that too, because she would get a commission off of that every month. So sometimes you didn't necessarily have to sell the 3, but if you only sold 2, then you don't hit Success Club 5.
That's
and I think they do that on purpose.
Oh, for sure. I think they do.
you know.
But she's about to talk about how much money you can make in Beachbody or like all the benefits. And she's doing it with the backdrop of all the Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
stuff behind her and her designer sunglasses. And so it's just the pairing of both of those together. Could it be a coincidence that she just has a lot of money and she has a lot of designer bags and she's hiding it in the closet? Sure. I think that doing stuff like this pushes it over into the unethical side because it is someone's listening to her, their eyes are wandering and they're saying, I can be successful too.
Hey,
I
Cheryl.
can do this too. Cheryl, hi. Man, okay.
Income. That extra income starts to come in there.
What have you missed? Well, this lady locked her pantry. She has a code on it. So she only lets her kids go in her pantry when I don't know, when she decides to.
Yeah.
She is in this group called the Slay Squad, which is a bunch of top Beachbody coaches, and we're learning how to be a good little Beachbody coach, which apparently includes buying Shakeology monthly, making your mind right, having really good before and after photos, and making sure that you're going to be able to cold message a shit ton of people.
Yep.
So that's about it so far.
The fourth cool thing are Success Club trips. And you can actually go ahead and opt in to the 2023 Success Club trip. I also have that link on the slide, so I'll share that for you. I believe there is still a wait list for that right now. It usually fills up quickly, but the cool thing about it is people will cancel here and there for different reasons. You will bump up on the list according to your Success Club points, and you will go on these trips and they will change your life. I went on my very first Success Club trip when I was, when was that? 2014. I didn't have any of my team there. It was just me and my husband. And I earned a cruise. And it was the first time that I was able to like take my spouse on a vacation that I had earned. Very proud of that. My husband was proud, but he like still was a little like, I don't know about Beachbody. I don't know. You know, it was like, we had to figure out, was this a real thing, right? That was like how everybody feels when you're having those conversations in your DMs and they're skeptical about it. My husband was like, okay. So we went on this trip and he got to be surrounded by other husbands who, you know, my coach, her husband, other people on her team. And they got to sit and talk about how very real this opportunity was for their family, how very real it was that they were earning a full-time income on part-time hours. And they were, you know,
a full-time income on part-time hours. There's no way in hell.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, we both do. When I was selling hardcore and Mary Kay, I was working about 50 hours a week. And I was sold on the idea that it was going to be part-time work for full-time income. And I like working hard. I don't mind doing it, but it was a completely different picture that I was living than was painted for me on that shiny, sparkly sales call that got me to sign up in the first place. So I don't know. It's just in all of the Zoom calls we've snuck into or it's been posted on Facebook and we've reacted to, you have these power hours where you can't be trusted to work on your own. You have to work for an hour with a bunch of people and they're going to tell you what to do every step of the way. And then you're supposed to message a certain number of people on top of that. So I don't think it's part-time work at all.
Nope.
Nope.
You know, able to do these things for their families that they were never able to do before. And that was a very big light bulb moment for my husband and him seeing just how great the company was and how big the opportunity was. And I felt like the support after that was just like tenfold. And so if you can get a spouse or significant other there to celebrate with you, it is the best feeling in the world because I truly think that they will start to see just how exciting this business is and can be and how tight-knit the community is. So that's a really cool part. The other is quarterly prizes. Obviously, as you earn, Beachbody sends swag. So every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you're going to get different prizes based on hitting.
Awful.
Yeah, they're getting rid of it though. So when did she do this call before leadership?
Maybe, but they just posted this new training like a few days ago. So I don't know if they were like working on building up enough Zoom calls to do it. But they just posted this back at the very end of November, so it's only a few days, like a few weeks old.
Yeah.
I
made $1,296 in 2019 working my ass off, 80 plus hours a week with Beachbody.
Oh my God, Cheryl. Y'all, Cheryl has a podcast. If you want to go listen to it, she'd love the support.
Call Cheryl, hun. Go listen. Amber's call was amazing.
Yes.
Consistently. So that's super fun. I think at one point we got we got rolling luggage. I've gotten Ray-Bans, a lot of different things for hitting.
You got
for hitting
flannel at the coach summit or whatever it was called. Flannel. You got flannel and a plant.
Every time I see that commercial where the girl's in the bar wearing her flannel and then all of a sudden looks up and everybody's wearing the same one, I'm like, are they Beachbody? Did Beachbody get the idea from that commercial?
Yep.
Because it's the same flannel.
Yeah. I'm just back in the day, Melanie Mitro was talking about the coaches were flown out to California or something and they got custom Lululemon or something for, I don't remember, but I was like, that's way far and above flannel from, you know, the
They don't have the
discount
money
store.
for it anymore.
Yeah.
The cash isn't there.
Oh my gosh.
Success Club consistently.
They
So
got a
that's definitely
shacket,
fun if
yep.
you're into swag. Number 6 is Success Club All-Star and Success Club Legend stage recognition and floor seats at Summit. If you have been to Summit, you know, like for me, I was like, first year at Summit, we were up in the nosebleeds. And I remember being like, who's sitting down there? Like, who's up front? I want to see how they got there. And obviously from your elite and a lot of that, but they also have Success Club All-Star and Success Club Legend recognition. So those are people who've hit Success Club for 12 months straight or 24 months straight.
The Melanie Mitro thing may have been for 15-star diamonds or top 10. Sure, that could be that too. I just think that they're giving less and less prizes, in my opinion. Like getting a bobblehead or getting a, I don't know. So when I see Rodan and Fields MLM stuff, I see like, oh, someone picked out a MacBook Pro. Someone picked out, you know, an iPhone. Someone picked out, like, they get good prize. And do not even take my words out of context. I'm not saying Rodan and Fields is good. I'm saying that they're giving different prizes in other MLMs, and you're getting a shacket in Beachbody. So
a shacket and a plant.
And a plant, yeah. Gosh, and really not flattering pictures being taken of you from their photographer at the event. So, ugh.
And that is a very cool perk, in my opinion. Obviously, Success Club parties at our events. So Summit, Success Club trips, like all of these different events. There is usually a Success Club party where you can qualify for that. It's super fun. And then lastly is our lead program, which is earned by being an Emerald coach and hitting Success Club. We get put, these people who don't sign up with a coach get put into a lead program. Like
they must have used it then.
So the lead program, they changed it. You have to be a diamond now.
Oh,
she said gosh. Emerald.
Okay, let me I'm opening up Facebook real quick because I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. Slay Squad. So this is, let me see the most. Oh, Christina. Okay. December 7th was a call. Okay, here's the new coach. They posted the new coach training 5 days ago. So this must have been old content they repurposed, but let me
content that's not even right.
Yeah. Let me sign in to show you how awful this looks because we just need a pause for a second.
Yeah, because this is you. So they're going to be even more confused.
Yep.
After watching this because they're getting wrong information.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Come
on.
I'm in so many of these team groups on Thinkific. What is it? Okay. Hopefully, I can get in.
So somebody just messaged me and said I was once part of the Slay Squad. They refused to pay for the Zoom plan, so you have to be one of the first ones on there to join the chat. Otherwise, you must watch on Facebook Live and cannot ask questions.
What?
Thank you for the person that sent me that message.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. What the heck? I can't believe they did that. There's lots of money in that group, so I don't get it.
And it's not the Zoom that they would need to pay for is not a lot.
So
it's like $15 a month.
Wow.
That's it. Wait, let me see. What do I pay? I don't even remember.
Slay
Yeah, I think I pay
Squad.
like $15 a month.
Yeah, so like they could all even share the cost of that too across.
Yep.
Because Christina Delgado's in this group. This lady's in the group. Nikki Whiting's in the group. I mean, there's a bunch of huge coaches in this group. I was in the wrong browser, so I'm gonna sign in. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm getting it. It's worth the wait because it's awful.
Yeah, Jessica, we're top coaches. I got Louis Vuitton bags behind me, but I can't afford to pay for Zoom.
Yeah. Just dumb. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna share my
Whoa.
screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. I'm going to share. Let me just make sure my windows are closed so Jessica doesn't yell at me. And let's see.
Jessica, no yelling at DC.
Okay.
Cold.
All right. Slay Squad. Okay, I think we're safe. Perfect. Local. Share screen. There we go. Chrome.
I should
window.
also add that Anchor Fit Club is not on Facebook.
Oh, we love that. We love that so much.
No Facebook.
So this is deceptive in that you think this is my sock name, so it's not my name. See, when you click here, this is the training.
What?
I'm not kidding you. This is, let me see if I can zoom in for you. It's just copy and paste, okay? This is it. You click the YouTube link. Okay, but follow link. Okay. This is the video we're watching right now. That's all the training that it is. Jessica's gonna lose her mind. Jen Guthrie, it's just it's literally just editable text with a link right here.
This is what they're using Thinkific for?
Yes. We've done huge like CEU, like continuing education stuff with it, like with Thinkific. This is awful.
One of the first business coaches I had outside of Beach, like an actual business coach, we used Thinkific for her first conceptualization of the coaching program she was doing. I was in the beta test, and it was amazing. Like, I have Thinkific because you can use it for free until you launch your course. And at one point I was thinking about doing a course. So there's a course in there. I'm not. It's kind of maybe maybe next year. I don't know if I feel like it, but it's there and it's built. But
but you can do like
it looks a lot better than this.
Yeah, you can put videos in, you can do testing, you can do quizzes, you can do discussion boards, you can do a ton. I mean, it's a very powerful platform for courses. Like, it's one of the standards for the industry for course, like, I don't know, making it available. Like, look, make that money, honey. That's the title. And then it's breaking down volume and translating it into income. It's like, look, okay, follow link. We didn't even start recording at the right spot. I'm being picky because this is Kim Fitzpatrick. Time management.
This is awful.
That's it.
This is awful.
I wasn't playing. It's bad. It's real bad. It's so bad. Hello, Hunter.
One of the things I'm doing right now too with the new job is they've been developing SOPs. So part of my responsibility is to go through and test the SOPs as the new hire. And then take notes and write them down. Like, I would be like, y'all suck.
It's bad. It's so bad.
I don't know what to do.
So bad. Oh my gosh. Let's see.
Wheel, and they are assigned working coaches. So that is also a really fun perk to hitting success. Why I love it though is new points, in my opinion, equals new growth. When we stop consistently bringing in new people, then the new growth starts to slack off a little bit. I think we can agree on that. So a true measure of new incoming customers, preferred customers, and coaches to your organization, it really kind of measures all of that. New customers with Home Direct is going to equal new residual income. And I'll talk about that in a second as well. And then new potentials. When you have new challengers who are really invested and they have signed up with that full package and they are ready to dive in, those new potentials have a great ability to transition from customer easily to a coach. You know, it is the easiest transition to go from a customer who knows and loves the products and has a transformation, is a product of the product, to coach, versus someone who comes in and maybe doesn't understand any of that and wants to work the business right away. I'm not saying there's a wrong way to do it, but I do feel like personally the success happens really well when they transition from customer to coach. It's a new opportunity.
I'm not going to say there's a right or a wrong way to do this, but I'm going to tell you the way that I think is the right way, which you do think there's a right and a wrong way. Yes, I'm being picky because Thinkific has been a pain in my ass for at least 6 months because I do care about what the content you put out looks like. I do. And, you know, when you have like doctors and scientists and lawyers looking at your stuff, you kind of care a little bit, like if it looks good. And, you know, I guess I'm offended for the Beachbody coaches.
They're supposed
business
to be
owners.
business owners.
Yeah. Man. I don't get it. Maybe they uploaded the wrong thing to Thinkific. I don't know. Oh.
Obviously to help more people, and that's what we are in, the business to help people. And then always there's new energy to connect with on the team.
Hunter.
So if you're someone who maybe has been around for a while and you are like, I need working coaches, I need people who are excited about this the way that I'm excited about this. Bringing in new people allows you to bring in new energy to connect with, to work side by side with on your team, and to grow with. So that's super important as well.
They need new
okay, the next thing.
Turnover.
Yep.
And cancelations. Can't talk right now. Are high because of turnover. That is why they need to continuously bring in new people every month.
Yep. And just in case a leg decides to leave, like Emily, one of Emily Fauver's big coaches left for
Modair, right?
Modair. Yep. Yeah.
Somebody
Modair,
left for Monet, and they're all leaving.
Yep. They're all leaving.
They're all leaving.
Yes, they are. Play.
Thing is how income correlates. Okay. Love this part. I call it the snowball effect. I've talked about it a little bit on some of my new coach calls with my coaches. But I love to see how hitting Success Club translates to a snowball effect of income. So let me explain that a little bit. In month 1, if you have 3 or more customers ordering products on HD, you're hitting Success Club, right? Now your product is number 1 paid for. And if you have more customers than those 3, you now have a side income coming in. You have that not residual, but that retail income side.
Okay.
Now, month 2 rolls around, and here's where it starts to snowball.
Okay, let's say you buy the Shakeology for $90 or whatever it is, or you have to bring in 3 people to pay for that. You're still having to pay you're still having to pay taxes on the money that you're bringing in for the commissions that you're getting from those 3 people. So it's not like a true swap of I pay 90 and I get 90 in commission, because then you're paying tax depending on what tax bracket you hit into. It's not a trade. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm not explaining it right, but they're not either. Oh my God.
A little bit. Your snowball's small at first, and then in month 2, you have some retention. Not everyone, right? Not everyone is going to stay on Home Direct. You hope that they love it. For some reason, you have those few that are like, I still have 15 shakes left. And you're like, how, girl? How? Because we're supposed to be consistent, right? But that's just the way it works. So you'll have some that are retained, but then you also are going to bring in new customers. So you're going to work to bring in 3 or more new customers on Home Direct again. So now you have some of those HD orders rolling over into month 2, plus your new customers. Now you've got your product paid for, larger income growth. You're starting to see a little bit of that residual income. And then in month 3, you have month 1 and month 2 retention, plus new customers who order on Home Direct. And it just continues to snowball. And all of that is immediate, right? All of that is growth right away. But I also want you to look down. I want you to look down a little bit. I want you to look down the road and say, in a year, my customer base, all their subscriptions for Body and Bod are going to renew. So while Success Club in itself is great in that immediate snowball effect, down the road, those orders coming through are also going to be a big jump in your income as well. So you have to look at the vision further than just this like narrow way. You have to look long-term as well.
Hey,
All
Savannah.
right, so Success Starter. Okay, we've heard about Success Starter. It correlates to Success Club. What is it, and how do I become one? So FAQ 8100 is going to tell you a lot about Success Starter. But in a nutshell, hitting Success Club 3 months out of your first
Wait, what was the
6 months as a
FAQ?
coach.
Do you want to go back? Let me see.
Yeah, she can keep talking. I'll look it up.
Okay.
Further than just this like narrow way. You have to look long term as well. All right, so Success Starter. Okay, we've heard about Success Starter. It correlates to Success Club. What is it, and how do I become one? So FAQ 8100 is going to tell you a lot about Success Starter. But
8100.
in a nutshell, hitting Success Club 3 months out of your first 6 months as a coach with your 90 personal volume on home direct. And I believe we used to have to create bod groups within 6 months of sign up. I'm not positive on that anymore, so we have to double check that. But hitting Success Club 3 months out of your first 6 is going to get you to a free summit ticket at our annual event, which is a non-negotiable for me. Gotta go. It's life-changing. You got to be there. It will change your business. And that is like a $200 value, maybe more. And then if you hit 4 months out of your 6, you are entered into a test group with one of the super trainers or for one of our new product launches. So you're seeing people right now going through Megan Davies' Sure Thing group. A lot of those people, there are some elite and premier and that sort of thing in there, but they're brand new coaches like you guys who hit Success Club 4 out of their 6 months. And they are in there with this trainer, getting this one-on-one with them and testing out this product, this program before it launches to anyone else. That was not around when I first started. And that is worth hitting Success Club for alone. That alone is definitely worth pushing. And
were you ever in one of these special nifty handy dandy training groups before?
Nope, because I didn't hit Success Club consistently for 3 months in a row.
Okay.
Or 4 months. Like I would get to 1, 2, and then not hit it, and then I hit 1, 2, 3, then not hit it, and then yeah, it was. I was very inconsistent.
Hitting Success Club. All right, let's move away from Success Club, and I have a couple more slides. They're going to be fairly quick. I try to keep this within 30 minutes.
We have no slides. You haven't been sharing your screen the entire time. Just because you get to look at them doesn't mean shit for us. We haven't been able to see them the whole time. Oh my god.
So what I can do. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your first rank.
You know what they could have done too? She could have sent this Zoom call to an editor, and it would have taken 30 minutes to overlay the slide in the bottom left-hand corner.
But
or
if
have
they're
her in
not
the top.
going to pay for a Zoom subscription, why would they pay an editor?
That's a good point. That's too much logic for us, Jen. We don't need that here. No logic, no common sense. None of it. Oh.
And then I want to talk to you just a little bit about your Coach Online office. So I am on slide 9 of 12, and I will share all the slides as soon as I hop off here, I promise. So Emerald rank is going to be your very first rank in the business. And I am here to tell you that Emerald is a decision and that Emerald is easy.
No, it's not.
And that it does not need to be overcomplicated. Please do not overcomplicate rank. This is something that we should all be.
She's setting up the mindset that if for some reason the business model is faulty, which it is, it's your fault. It's so that
this is easy. You should be able to hit Emerald. It's not hard.
Yeah. It's way easy. So, and again, if you think too much, you're going to ruin it. You're going to ruin it for the team. You're going to ruin it for your chances. Stop thinking, stop feeling, just do. Okay.
Melissa, she couldn't figure out how to share her screen at the beginning. So she just gave up. And Melissa asked, was there supposed to be slides? Yeah, she couldn't figure out how to get them up. So she's like, I'll just send them later.
Which is literally it's the least helpful thing she could do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Able to do upon our first month as a coach. Okay. And the reason for that is because, and I'll talk about it a little bit on the next slide, you're going to be talking to your close-knit circle first. That's what we do, right? We start something that we're excited about and we share it with the people we love. And those people should be supportive of us. And so we want to make sure.
No, there's boundaries. Your family doesn't necessarily like, she's saying like, oh, they should. Well, I don't like the same things that my siblings like. They don't like the same things that I like sometimes. Oh my gosh.
I am not going to train my brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Jessica's on Think If It without the slides, just the link and 2 sentences.
Yeah. And there's the titles of it. So there's welcome, exclamation point, slay the first 30 days, exclamation point, slay your journey, exclamation point. And they've done alternating all the letters being capitalized like sentence cap, so like or title whatever format, and then some of them are not. And then there's connect, convert, sell. This is the worst. This is awful. Man.
That we remind ourselves that Emerald is easy. It is not something to be overcomplicated. It is literally 2 things. It is either 2 preferred customers or 2 coaches, or one and the other. It can be one or the other. But it is very easy to do. Grab a friend, grab a spouse, Emerald, right? That is how easy
I
it
was
is. We
waiting
tend
for
to
that.
overcomplicate it and make ourselves nervous.
Grab a friend and grab your spouse? No. She like not even blinking either. She's just like, that's how you do it. You better do it. Oh my God. And again, and from what you're saying, lots of people said that, I'm guessing, in Beachbody.
Yup.
Oh.
Nervous
And
over it
Anthony
and
wanted
think that
nothing
we're
to
not
do with
worthy
it.
of our first rank advancement and all the silly stuff.
He said no.
But it is important.
No
and why
pets.
it's important is because with that first rank advancement, it brings momentum to your business. It brings momentum. It brings public shout outs, corporate recognition. And then obviously one of my favorite parts is that you start to earn team cycle bonuses. And that'll be covered in another call because it's a whole thing. But team cycle bonuses take our businesses from retail to residual. We want to take your business
my
from retail.
God. It's not residual because you have to continually work your ass off to
Yep.
add enough people so that you meet the requirements for the volume and the legs and all that other stuff to get the team cycle bonus.
100 to 200. 100
Yep.
to 200.
Yep.
It was so, I never understood it. Not understand how to figure out where to put people. I would ask for help and they're like, oh, just do it where, because I remember I don't know if it still does this, but when you sign somebody up, it'll automatically put someone somewhere. And you can change it at some point in time. But I was like, I don't know what. I'm just going to go with what this says. So I probably could have done better.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I don't have brain power for this. Thanks. Maybe if I was eating enough food, I'd have the brain power for it.
Sure. Yeah, and Hunter said, wonder how many people sign up elderly family members to hit rank 2. Scotty Hobbs does that. Scotty Hobbs did that with all of his parent, well, his mom, his dad, his wife, I think her relatives. It was wild.
Sam, yes, she is in her closet, hiding from her family. So she says.
To residual income. We don't want you hustling
all the products in the back.
Yep.
For retail income forever, right? We want that residual income. Our business is working when we're not, when we go on vacation, right? When we unplug for the weekend, when we
don't unplug,
we want to be generating an income even when we're not.
So Emma was telling us that she had to log into a Zoom or Facebook training right after she had a C-section, and that if she didn't log in, Emily told her that she was going to pull her mentorship from her.
Yeah.
So she has a picture of her in her hospital room in the bed with her baby next to her, her computer up, and you see all the people at the top on the meeting, and she took a photo. So just come on.
Not necessarily plugged in right at that time. So it'll take your business from retail to residual, and for that, Emerald rank is important. So in talking about that, there is an importance, in my opinion, of signing up your spouse and your significant other. And you can talk to your upline about this. They will help you, obviously.
Not all the time.
Please trust your upline when they tell you signing up a spouse or a family member is worth it. Okay? Why? Because you're going to have an incredible place in your business, in your downline, the sooner that you sign them up. And this basically gives you another business center that you as a family can control and earn an income from. So when your spouse goes diamond, that allows your business center to become star diamond or whatever, wherever you're at in your business. The same way that they can help you become diamond when they go emerald. The same way when they sign up, they help you go emerald. So this is just a way that you guys can really have a little bit control of your downline and your income. And it is very strategic. There's definitely strategy involved and something that you're going to learn along the way. But the simple answer is it's important. It is worth it. Another perk is that you obviously get the challenge pack bonus upon signing them up. So you're going to get income. You're going to get some money back from that purchase, and you're going to get
and the thing
points.
that we're forgetting
that
to
is
say.
the line that I was told to use when trying to get somebody to sign up their spouse.
Wow.
You will double your income because it's not, you sign them up, but it's not really going to cost this much because you're going to get this much back. So you're actually saving money by signing up your spouse or something.
Yeah.
shit like that. I was like,
You're
oh,
also doubling your expenses because instead of
Yep.
having to pay $90 a month for or whatever your pack, you have to pay $180.
$97 is the coach price for Shakeology, plus $15.95 a month for the back office, plus $2 of shipping, plus tax. It's like
Times two.
$127.
Yeah. Wow.
So that is for sure a win-win, in my opinion. And lastly, understanding your online office. And I feel like this goes without saying, right?
I never
You show up to your
understood.
business every day. That means you're going into
It's not a very intuitive program. It's not easy to use. Scotty Hobbs went over it on one of his videos, and it just doesn't seem very user friendly at all.
to your office. Your office is online. It is, coach.teambeachbody.com. And this is your storefront, and it's your office all in one. And it's like the go-to place for your business for updates, new launches, program materials, where am I at with Success Club, what's my volume looking like, rank advancements, sending links to customers and coaches. Like all of that stuff can be found in there. So everything that you need to manage your business is there. So you need to make sure that you are checking it often. It is like the craziest thing when someone's like, I haven't checked I don't know the last time I logged into my online office. Like, what? That means you're not working your business every day. Because if you're working your business every day, you are in your office, and your office is online, right? So things that I use daily: link generators, share cart, sponsorship drill down.
Poor pipe dreams are the size of my bedroom, Hunter.
Looking for new signups, earnings and commission, looking through all that, checking volume. All of that stuff is stuff that I'm looking at daily. It's important to understand your business. You have got to show up as your own boss, right?
And you're not your own boss, though, because
No.
you literally can get terminated for any reason if Beachbody decides they do not want to have you as an independent contractor. So,
And when the company goes under, you're not part of Beachbody anymore.
yeah. Yep. And you still have to pay off all, you probably still
if
have
Carl
to
checks his ego and actually sells the company like he should do, whoever buys it could end up, we're not doing the multi-level marketing anymore. Bye.
Yep.
We're going straight retail.
It would be gone. Yep.
Then lastly, I asked a couple of my coaches, I was like, okay, to some of my leaders, I love ending my calls with some sort of quote, but quotes can be cheesy, but they can also be very motivating. And so I was like, okay, guys, what motivated you as a new coach, or what was that thing that still sticks with you to this day that was like your aha moment, your light bulb moment, whatever it was?
Having a professional presentation.
And I would say procrastination is opportunity's assassin. Procrastinating on anything, right? There's an opportunity in front of you.
Jen's losing her mind.
That's horrible.
Procrastinating on that is killing that opportunity slowly. So that was mine. And then I added a few others because I loved what they had to say. One of them is we generate fears while we sit.
She's paused. Sorry. Let me fix her.
Overcome them by action. So like you're like scared to death to send the messages, to have conversations, to post the transformation. We are generating fears that haven't even happened while we're sitting there, but we overcome them when we act on them. Push post, send the message, have a conversation, invite people, do the things. You will overcome that fear slowly. Remember I said the hard things become easier the more we do them. And that is very true. If you treat this like a biz, it's much more likely to pay you like a biz. And that was like, oh, I
treated my business like a business, so I don't know why that didn't work out.
So if you treat it like a business, it's much more likely to pay you like a business. Another was your success is dependent on what you do and what you don't do, and you get to decide. So we have the ability to take control of our own success. We can do the things or we don't do the things. I always tell people on calls, it is very easy, the things to do in this business. They're not hard. They're very simple tasks. But because of that, they're very simple not to do as well. And when we don't do them, our business doesn't grow. It's not a business, right? The other is it's none of our business what others think of us. So if you're someone who struggles with like imposter syndrome or what are people going to think or what is Sad Sally going to say?
Are we Sad Sally? Is that
us?
Is
that a new thing now?
Oh my
Sad
God.
Sally.
God forbid someone should say, hey, please stop exploiting the consumer for personal profit. Can you address those concerns? Hey, please stop giving shitty nutrition advice. Can you please address those concerns? Oh, please stop making income claims. Can you please address those concerns? No, we can't. You're, what did you say? Something
Sad
Sally? Sad Sally, block. All of you, Sad Sallys. Come on.
Yep.
Come on.
About my post. It's none of our business what others think of us, right? No, it's absolutely not. The older we get, the easier that is to understand. And then the other was chase butterflies. And this was one of the team, actually Haley Peters, who is in our downline. And I think she's currently number 4 in the company. But she said that's kind of like her team's like slogan. Like their thing is chase
Is she
butterflies.
happy, healthy
He says it gives
Haley?
you butterflies. If it makes you nervous, to go for it, to do that thing, to try that, and to overcome that, right? And I just thought there was so many good ones that I couldn't just keep them all to myself. I had to share them all. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so I don't have anything else for you guys. I did not see.
You didn't
I
have
do not
anything
see
really for us.
slides.
You didn't really have anything else for us in the beginning. We didn't get any slides, so I don't.
All these comments coming through.
Why don't you ask questions? God forbid. Why don't you add some value and actually answer the questions that
A lot of
people
people
have?
answered the comments for me, which is great. You guys are helping each other out, which is fantastic. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I would love to help. If we don't have any questions, obviously I will post all the slides. You guys, I am sorry, I don't know what is
We're
going on with the
asking
share screen
questions during the
situation.
call. And other
But
coaches.
I will post those slides for you right away. Again, I'm really
Which is mind-boggling. Every single multi-level marketing company does it, where they have a bunch of people on their Zoom call, and they spend an hour listening to themselves talk, and they don't answer any questions. It's like you're missing the point. You're missing the point of having a close proximity to your team by not answering their questions
So
when they
I
have
did
them.
the Intuitive Eating Foundations webinar, which I'm actually going to put up as an evergreen content product, the webinar with the workbook,
Yeah.
I have 3 separate breaks. Movement break, ask your questions. Potty break, ask your questions.
Cool.
Grab a coffee, ask your questions instead of going all the way to the end, because scrolling through that list is just because I don't watch it. I like this. I have this chat up here, but I can't do both at the same time. It just I would lose it.
Yeah.
So that way I can actually answer questions.
Yeah.
And you don't miss them.
And guess what? In the post on the Facebook page where there's this link for the training, let me guess, is there a link to the slides? Nope, there is not. The slides are nowhere to be found.
And they posted this when? On the 5th?
So let me see when they posted this. They posted this 5 days ago. So the 9th? Where are the slides?
You took the time to put the recording up.
Yep.
You can't attach the slides. Like I tell people, especially if I do a call like on a Friday or Saturday, give me till Monday. If it's not up by Monday, message me and be like, hey, where is it?
Yeah.
Because I try not to do shit on Sundays.
Yeah.
But give me time. But I give a timeline.
Yeah. Apparently there's no timeline here.
And follow through. That's the big thing.
Yep.
Follow through.
Excited for all of you newbies on here and everybody who's excited about their business. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your night to hop on with me, and I will have the recording up for you guys in the AM. So again, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.
Where are the questions? Oh my God.
She didn't have to answer them because there were people in the chat answering them for her.
Come
so
on.
she just got to hear herself talk the whole time, which is
also, like, just from a leadership perspective, if you have someone on a Zoom call and you help them feel seen and heard, and you answer the questions thoroughly, that kind of makes people feel a certain way, that they're heard, that there is a space for them to voice their concerns. And if people voice their concerns and then you take and fix that problem, you're going to start to build some kind of loyalty or at least trust with your team.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
This is not Thinkific level content. No, it's not.
No, this isn't even 7th grade. You know how I would have been like,
my 7th grader can do better than this.
Yeah, we had to do presentations when I was in 6th and 7th grade. We had to do our PowerPoints. We had to go and speak, and if our PowerPoint wasn't working, we got points marked off, So
Yep,
I don't.
He's like, Mom, look what they use Google. They use Chrome, so we have all that stuff. And Mom, look what I made. Look what I showed you the animal food things that he was making.
Yes.
The turtle burger.
Yes. Oh my
He's like,
gosh.
"He's a future graphic designer," because it's like
Love
he's
it.
like, "This is the best part of the computer class." I was like, "Okay, cool."
That's amazing. You can get some, that's a good paying job. So that's a good paying job. But
Yeah,
blind
but
loyalty is part of the
one easy
contract.
thing she could have done with the chat is have one of the other top coaches watching the chat, paying attention to the questions, and if a question was asked more than once, address it at the end. Hey, this person, a couple people asked this question. Can we answer for everybody? Because if
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 people have that question, more people have that question.
Yep. And you can have a filtered kind of question view in terms of, let's say you're managing a live for your boss or you're managing something. You can be the one on the back end grabbing the questions and then sending them on Signal or message or whatever. So at the end they can say, okay,
Yeah.
here's a question that came in, and then you can like it when they've answered it so they know where they're at in the question process. So people feel like you're paying attention to them and that it's worth it to show up to lives or it's worth it to show up to team trainings. I'm losing my mind. Oh, I feel like Cheryl would also have a lot to say about this
All right, wait.
because she's
Hunter
managed a big
says
team.
I had a thought about rank titles this morning and I wanted to share. All right, share.
Yes,
Let's hear it.
we're ready, Hunter. We are ready. Okay. I thought about the pearl, ruby, diamond, etc. Those are all jewels with different worth, and I wonder how that plays into how someone sees themselves and others when the titles intrinsically. I think he's going to send something else. Hunter's here with the insightful comments for sure. Link and what it unconsciously says. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
DC's the best upline. Get away. I'm not anyone's upline. Oh my gosh.
Jessica. Yeah, but
Jessica.
you think like if you stay at that coach level, just a coach because you can't get your spouse to say, okay, I'm going to sign up, or you don't have any friends that are like, I had people that did not have the money and I was not going to ask them.
Yep.
So to get to that, your coach, and then you don't get attention from the upline who is supposed to be helping you.
Yep.
And it makes total sense, Hunter. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, to go from like elite to premier status for the people that are at the top is like crushing. It's huge.
Yep.
When I dropped from, I was on my way out, so I didn't really give a shit. But when I dropped from 1-star to Emerald and then to coach, and then I was like, bye. It didn't bother me, but that's when my upline started paying attention because I couldn't leave her, but I'd left all the groups and it's like, what's going on? I'm like, dude, I left your groups in January. It's July.
Yep.
You're just noticing now.
Yep.
So your value is absolutely placed on your rank.
Yep. It's twisty. It does get twisty. So oh my gosh. I don't even the crazy thing is, so this group that I'm in, it has, I'll just read you the coaches who are in this group. Barbie Kalev, Sarah McKee, Val Bazo, Julie Voris, Holly Hillier, Angie Belmar, Katie Heifner, Moira Kukaba, Lindsay Matway, Jen Guthrie, Mandy Kai, Kim Fitzpatrick, Trina Gray, Amber Cooper, Christina Delgado, Amy Mashburn, Melissa McAllister, Liz Hartkey, Aaron Hopkins.
A lot of those coaches are in Charleston right now at Holly Hillier's house for their mastermind.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How interesting. And there's a lot more underneath, but there's a whole bunch more underneath who are Jess Dukes, Pearson.
So all the coaches and I don't think Barbie is in the top 50 anymore. She does not work her business. For all of these that don't know her, she was like one of the OG coaches and she married super trainer Sagi Khalif, and he
Yeah.
is a whack, in my opinion. It's like gone off the deep end with some of the stuff he posts. Like it's really crazy rants. It's
Yeah.
like, but like the program he did, Body Beast, is actually a really good program.
And that's
And
what
this
I've
was
heard
before
from.
Autumn showed up.
Yeah.
This is pre-Autumn. It was Tony Horton era, you know. So it's a true, like, it is not a Joel Freeman lifting program. It's an actual real program.
That's cool. And again, I think you've said this before. I think other snarkers have said it, that there are some really good programs.
The older ones.
The older ones are much better than the newer ones. And so I don't know. It's a
This
bummer.
new Sure Thing one, every time I see it, like them promoting it, I cringe because they're saying it's a brand new format. I'm like, brand new style of training. I'm like, no, it's not. It's how I've been writing my programming for 3 years.
Yeah.
This isn't new. It's called periodization. It's called training phases.
Yep.
It's been used in strength training and cardiovascular endurance training forever.
Yeah.
It's not new.
Oh, Beachbody. Beachbody body.
That's
Oh my
how they're
gosh.
going to start promoting the body blocks that they have coming up as this new way of training. It's like, it's not new.
Still not new. Still not new. Still not new. Which is wild.
It's all Autumn's fault. Let's just blame Autumn. Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
really? Yeah. Once, you know, they brought her in and Tony's like, I'm not working with that anymore.
Yep.
He left. Shalene left. You know, some of her programs are okay. I have my own opinions on her as a person. But as a trainer writing the programs, her Shalene Extreme program, and Amy said that one was actually a good one too. But yeah, once Tony left, you knew, looking back now, it's like something's going down, and Autumn became the face of the company.
Yeah. Womp womp. Beachbody stock still dropping.
78 cents today. Dropped
oh
another
we'll see what it ends the year with. So maybe it'll be lower. Maybe someone will buy it.
Sam,
something good will happen.
Not a lot of them are double dipping with other MLMs. Once you hit diamond,
you can't, right?
You can't.
That's how it is in young living.
Coach, and you're just a coach, and you do prefer it, but the way they have it set up now is so weird, and like people will get to Emerald because of preferred customers, but if you're a coach in Emerald or a Ruby, you can work with another MLM.
Yeah.
But once you hit that diamond level,
yep.
Nope.
I think that's why a bunch of them do affiliate links, that more than anything, they're trying to supplement all their income, and it's just affiliate link after affiliate link after affiliate link, and it's like, holy crap, this is exhausting.
I will not say that I will never post an affiliate link. If and when I do, it will be made very clear that it is an affiliate link and a ad.
Bless you. Bless you. Because
it won't be white letters in the bottom. I will highlight it and put an arrow to it.
Yeah, and
then again, I'm going to tag DC and be like, look.
I love it. And Chelsea Suarez does a great job. Whenever you put a link in, you can make the title anything you want. You can say commissionable link, and then you can put a picture of what they're going to buy, in the background. It's literally that easy. Hashtag, and if it's an ad, people have to know that you're making a commission, and it has to be very easily understood by anyone that you're making money off of that link. And none of the Beachbody coaches do it.
They don't make it visible enough. They'll upper left corner, upper right corner, white lettering at the very bottom, and you have to look like this.
Yep.
Even their income disclaimers, if they actually post them, you're like, what?
Yep. And I don't mind affiliate links. I don't mind buying from people that if someone has I trust this person as a registered dietitian, and they get a kickback from an incredible protein powder, and I know they don't normally do a lot of affiliate links, I take that into consideration. There's some people that I trust, like, oh my gosh, I'd love a recommendation for something. when one, also knowing the story of the Jovi patch, because I was following the person who created that from the beginning,
Yeah.
and to hear Autumn say like, "Oh my gosh, and you can put it on other parts of your body for pain too." I just discovered that myself. No, you don't. They say it on the website. They said it on the brother product of that. The person who was in charge of the branding for that product has said that. So it wasn't
And
you.
she
You
didn't
didn't come up.
discover it. She was told by Emily Fowler,
Yeah. So
Trotter.
yeah. So when they do stuff like that, it's like, okay, I'm never gonna buy one of your affiliate links because you're not being honest. You're just creating a sales pitch. There's no integrity there. And nope, none of it. So, well, I'm gonna get off my soapbox and let you get back to your life, Jen. Thank you so much for snarking with me, and we're gonna live chat.
Yeah,
You've been
Melissa, I'm with
incredible.
you. Drinks and TV time.
Yes, we're gonna try to get the whole crew together very soon
Sunday?
and get back
I
to
think we're
snarking with
talking Sunday.
everybody. Yes, we're talking about Sunday. So,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us, Replay crew.
Night.
Much love. We will see you on the next live stream.